Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Zach Grant with the University of Illinois Extension, the Urban Ag Connect vlog series here at the South Suburban Cook Urban Ag demonstration site. Oh man, it's a snowy day out here. This is Wednesday, February 17th. This is the day or two after this epic snowstorm came through and gave us another 6 to 8 to 10 inches on top of the 14 inches that were there. So lots of snow at the site. It's a really beautiful, majestic scene here. I'm getting a little snow blindness. It's so bright out here. Just wanted to show everyone what was going on. It's been a couple weeks since I've been to the tunnel, or about I think 10 days or so, 11 days. Just wanted to show you some of the new snow drifts on the side of the high tunnel, and to reinforce the importance of having these snow shedding shapes like Gothic arch and gable style hoops for your tunnels. And just take a quick peek inside the tunnel to show you what's going on. So hope everyone's staying warm out there and safe, and let's go ahead and just take a look at what we're seeing here at the site. All right, so here we are on outside the tunnel, and as you can see, massive snow drifts. So compared to the last vlog I made, I mean, this is at least another 2 to 3 feet of additional snow. You can see the snow has shed wonderfully off of the Gothic arch hoop style or gable style hoop, and has accumulated on the side, which is what you want to see. And get some really interesting shots of the snow moving through this polypropylene wildlife screening fence we have. So this is something I actually anticipated might happen. There's only about a 3 to 4 foot gap between the fence line and the southern edge of our tunnel. So this isn't surprising to see this accumulation and some pushing on this polypropylene fence. It's pretty strong. It's dragging it down a little bit from the top. You can see a little bit of a sway. And I actually came in here and dug out a spot where it was really pushing up against the fence. I may actually have to repair some of this when this all thaws out. But, you know, that was kind of something I anticipated happening. So, you know, the other thing about this, again, is if you're relying on roll-up side ventilation and you need to be able to clear the sides from snow, you got to have a plan for it. The reason why we have end wall ventilation was because I knew this was going to happen. So I don't plan on rolling up the sides anytime soon, and any of the ventilation that we need we get from the end walls. So it's just something to consider when putting together a tunnel at your site. But here you can see I actually walked with one hand on the tunnel and very carefully walked to that point and shoveled out a little bit of that snow. But I'm not too concerned about this weight. If the snow wasn't shedding and it was, you know, kind of pushing up here on the side of the tunnel, then I might actually get out here with a broom and try to push some of it off so it actually falls off along the side here. But this is a really beefy kit, really beefy structure. So, you know, I knew that it was going to survive these snow loads, but if you don't have a tunnel that will, or it's going to get encapsulated by drifts like this, you need to think about that in heavy snow regions. Obviously here in the Midwest, we can get snow like this. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. It's been quite a long time since we've had this much snow on the ground, so something to consider in your planning process. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do a break here, and then we'll look inside the tunnel and discuss some observations after some really cold temperatures we've experienced over the past, you know, 10 to 14 days. All right, so here we are in the tunnel. Again, it's February 16th. It looks like the coldest night, according to the Matson weather station just down the street, was -6. Although last night down in Kankakee County, it said it got down to -16. So I don't know. I mean, it could be a little warmer up here, but let's say it was around -6 Fahrenheit being the absolute cold ambient air temperature. And I believe it said it was on February 7th. So I came in and I have, you know, 2 data loggers in this tunnel. I've got one down here towards the end wall. And then I actually have one tucked away under here, under my floating row cover fabric. And I saw some interesting results. Okay, so let me find it really quick just to show you that it's in here. Put it under here somewhere. Oh, there it is right there. So I actually have it I have them situated in these little housings, in this little cardboard housing, so there's no interference from direct sunlight for temperature. But regardless, what the data was pointing towards is that -6 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Inside here, at least towards the end wall, it did get down to around 2 degrees Fahrenheit that night. So that's a difference of about 8 or 9 degrees between inside and outside. But underneath the low tunnel layer here, it only got down to 12 degrees. So that's a difference of about 18 degrees Fahrenheit between outside ambient air temperature, unheated, inside the tunnel, under this floating row cover fabric. So that's a pretty significant difference. That's almost a 20-degree temperature nighttime difference. And 12 degrees Fahrenheit is survivable by a lot of these cold hardy crops. So you can see, the spinach here took a beating that was not protected under the tunnel, but I think this will actually probably bounce back. Some of these radish greens were pretty killed back. Some of these beds, this isn't looking too great, but again, I think some of this actually will bounce back and survive. But if you look under the floating row cover fabric, you will see that the crops under here did survive. So this is kale. This is KX1 kale, and it's a little wilty, but the apical meristem looks like it survived and will regrow. So just showing you how this two-layer system actually does work. I mean, this isn't the highest quality crop in here, but this is, these are survivable conditions. Now, this kale under here, also looking a little wilty, but still harvestable, still alive, and will actually regrow. Okay, so we're getting ready to clear all this out anyway, reform these beds, and get our first late winter plantings into the high tunnel space. So just a matter of time before I can get back here and start clearing the rest of this vegetation out. I do have a little bit of carrots planted underneath this bed over here, in this section of this bed, under this row cover. Haven't seen any germination yet. It's been a couple weeks. That's not surprising. Carrots take a long time to germinate anyway, and then when they're under their not so ideal conditions, it can take many, many weeks to germinate. So I just direct seeded them anyway. In here, the soil is still pretty moist under this row cover fabric. And actually, it might be, the cool thing about the tunnels is that the soil doesn't freeze, although I'm feeling a little bit of frozenness. No, this is pretty loose right here. So yeah, we'll see if these germinate and take off. The seed was actually kind of some older pelleted seed, so that may be a confounding factor with why it's not germinating. But either way, it was just an experiment. But we're going to get these beds cleared out and replanted as soon as possible in here. So just wanted to give you a quick update, show you what's going on here during this polar vortex freeze inside the tunnel. Some successful experiments. And the tunnel is doing its job as a passive solar greenhouse to create some survivable temperatures for cold hardy crops. So yeah, we'll be updating you more soon as we continue to make more progress with planting and transitioning into the 2021 growing season. So it's really underway, and we look forward to bringing you more content on the Urban Ag Connect vlog series. So see y'all next time.